Sonam Wangchuk is an Indian engineer, education reformer, climate activist from the Ladakh. Born in 1966 near Alachi in the Leh district, he founded the Education Students Education and Cultural Movement of Ladakh (SECMOL) in 1988 to improve the education in the remote areas. His innovations like Ice Stupa, artificial glacier for water conservation and earned him a Ramon Magsaysay Award in 2018. He gained widespread fame in the inspiration for the character in the Bollywood film Three Idiots. Wangchuk has long advocated for Ladakh's environmental protection, sustainable development, and constitutional safeguards, including its inclusion under 6th Schedule of Indian Constitution to protect the tribal lands and culture. Background on Ladakh protests. Wangchuk's activism intensified after Ladakh became union territory in 2019. Separating it from the Jammu and Kashmir, he had led multiple hunger strikes demanding the restoration of Ladakh, implementation of 6th Schedule for greater autonomy over land, jobs, and resources, protection against the external corporate exploitation on the regional fragile ecology. In 2014, he undertook 15 days salt and water fast, supported by the Leh apex body LAB and the Kargil Democratic Alliance KDA. The center agreed to talks in December 2024, but progress stalled, leading to a renewed protest in September 2025. Wangchuk began another identified hunger strike on September 6, 2025, highlighting the broken promises by the government. September 6, 2025, renewed hunger strikes begin. Wangchuk started identify the fast in Leh and demanding 6th schedule protections and statehood. Protests remained peacefully initially. Gathered for a rally supporting Wangchuk's fast. Protests turned violent. Protests touched BJP's headquarters, clashes of police, CRPF. 4 civilians, including an ex-serviceman, killed in the police firing. 18 injured and internet suspended in Leh. Government response. Ladakh administration accuses Wangchuk for instigating violence via proactive speeches, referring in Nepal.
दोस्तों, आज हमारे अनशन के 15वें दिन ये बताते हुए बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि आज लेह शहर में कुछ बड़े पैमाने पर हिंसा और तोड़-फोड़ होने लगी। कई कार्यालयों को तोड़ा गया, आग लगा दी गई और गाड़ियों को पुलिस के आग लगा दी गई। इससे पहले मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि
श्रीलंका बांग्लादेश revolutions and June 2025 YouTube videos suggesting Arab Spring style protests of self-immolation and FCRA registration from the SCOMO cancelled for repeated violations. Arrested by the NSA. Wangchuk arrested by Leh police formally charged under the National Security Act NSA and threat to a national security and a public order, transferred to Jodhpur Central Jail, Rajasthan in isolation. No formal changes filed, no access to families and lawyers initially. Legal challenges. Why Gitanjali Anglo files the habeas corpus petitions in the Supreme Court calling arrest politically motivated and witch hunt to suppress the dissent and allegation violations of fundamental rights, seeking immediate release and production before the court. Also writes the President Draupadi Murmu, LAB rejects the center's dialogue for until Wangchuk's release. Message from the jail. Via brother Ka Sen Dorje Le and lawyer Mustafa Haji, Wangchuk conveys, I am well, demanding independent judicial inquiry in the 4 deaths. I am stolly in the jail until justice. Stand with LAB and KDA. Continue to non-violent Gandhian struggle. Supports apex body actions for Ladakh's interests. Protests escalate. Supreme Court hearing scheduled. Nationwide solidarity protests. Chandigarh, Delhi, Mumbai. Ministerial inquiry ordered in September 24. Violence. Supreme Court released petitions for October 6. Kapil Sibal to represent Wangchuk interests, peace, unity, and unrest. The Supreme Court issues notices to the Center, Ladakh UT administration, and Jodhpur jail authorities on Angmo habeas corpus petitions under the Article 32, seeking Wangchuk's production in the court and release. The bench, Justices Arvind Kumar and N.V. Anjaria questions why grounds of detentions were not served to Angmo promptly ordered provisions for the medicines and coats and medical checkups. Nothing his pre-arrest fasting. The hearing is adjourned in October 14, denying the unlegal relief. Angmo meets Wangchuk in jail and describing his uneducated spirit and undaunted spirit and gratitude for public support. In social media, in 7 October, intensifies the Free Sonam Wangchuk trending, including posts from the supporters like Architect Thasi, Gansal tribal army, declaring the arrest and attack on the democratic rights. Somewhat narratives questions Wangchuk's foreign funding ties for foundation of Ashoka Fellowship, but these are dismissed by the allies as the smears to destabilize the movement. One member in the Judicial Commission in announced to probe September 2024 violence. Supreme Court hearing activists demanded probe in civilian deaths, protests to continue with call for release Sonam Wangchuk and justice for Ladakh. Government reaction and the Ladakh administration claims Wangchuk's speeches incited the youth against peaceful methods and linking to foreign influences. NSA invoked the prevent further unrest probe, describing as evidence-based. Home Ministry hints as more actions against the anti-India elements. Opposition leaders claim that these are the harassment on using the state machinery to the Wangchuk. And the Jammu and Kashmir CM criticized the shift from praising Wangchuk to labeling him a threat and protests frame arrest and suspension democratic rights and solidarity of the farmers and the environmental groups. Public sentiment. Public overwhelmingly supporting the Wangchuk as an Gandhian patriot, harassing like it. So they are stating right now the release of Sonam Wangchuk Save Ladakh trend. Users decay NSA as authoritarian and compared to cases like Umar Khalid, some accuses the balkanization via autonomy demands, but majority highlight his eco inventions. The unrest underscores the tensions in Ladakh, fears of demographic changes, land grabs by outsiders, and ecological threats from the mining and tourism. Wangchuk's jail message emphasizes non-violence, but the protests risk escalations. The Supreme Court hearing could set precedents to the NSA message misuse against the activists. As of no resolution, watch for court updates and for real-time developments. Monitor Sonam Wangchuk. Ultimately, message from this side is that are we really on the side of democracy, rule of rights, or how we are protecting a environmentalist who is working for this nation? So activists like Sonam Wangchuk is very essential for our healthy democracy. So I support Sonam Wangchuk.